Hi, welcome to this second part of the project one. Today we're going to talk about finding elements, and each element has many ways to selecting that element. You can go by searching by ID, or sometimes the element has like a link text, the class name, XPath, CSS selector, and by name. So you have many ways, but mostly what I use is I usually look for elements ID. That's one way, and another way is using XPath. Let me show you on the right here. If you come, let's see, if you want to select this element, right? And let me open up IDE and let me show you. Select, and I'm gonna select this element, and you will see right here target. It's selecting by the link, or you have like CSS, you have XPath, and they have many ways to locate that specific element. Okay, and we're gonna mostly, if it doesn't have an ID, so I use the XPath. So let's let's continue working on that first code we was working on, and we stopped on this project when we was trying to locate and create new account. What we did so far, we came to this site and we click login, and next step it was I want to go to create account. What I'm gonna do, I can just right click on the create account link and inspect elements, and right here, and I can not see the elements ID, and so I can see this is a link text, so I can use link text finding dot element using by link text. Let me show you how we can do this. Okay, so let me go and start typing driver find element and by, and see, as soon as you click, you see this all the options I was talking about, by class name, by ID, link text, and like XPath. You have many options. I'm gonna use a link text. Okay, and open and close bracket, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna type the name of this create an account. I believe it was lowercase. Okay, perfect. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna perform click and dot click and open close bracket, and we're gonna close this command. Okay, perfect. Click save. I'm gonna comment this drive quit, so it's not gonna close. I just want to see how it's gonna take me to the create new account page. I just want to test that, so it's gonna click to that create account. So I'm not gonna close after that. So let me right click, run selected test. I want to make sure our code is working. You need to debug a lot, so make sure everything it's working. Sometimes that link text doesn't work, so you need to use another option to select that specific element. Okay, we got Firefox, and we went to the home page, and I can see it's click, and it did select. No, it didn't it went here and it didn't select this create an account. Let's see what's the problem, and I can see it's already test is failed. So element is not currently visible and so may not be interrupt. So that didn't work. So we need to find another way. Then another option so far, let me show you one more step what we can do. Another option will be to use XPath, or we can use it in as many options we have. When I right click, and I did show you how to install that Firebug. Instead of going to inspect element, I'm gonna inspect element with the Firebug. I will show you why I'm using that, because there's a reason, and it's gonna select that element. What you're gonna do, you can right click, and you see right here it'll give you the XPath option and CSS path. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna copy XPath, and I can paste right here, and it's gonna give me the path of that element. So this is one way you can, or you can use another option, which is CSS path. We're just gonna copy, we just want to show you this is a long, and we don't need to make it that complicated. So I just want to show you, just make sure that the first option which we did use is because this is a create an account, it should work. I just want to see why we need to debug that, why it's not giving us that option. Let me close here, and I just want to make sure when I right click, and let me go to inspect with the Firebug, and we got this option here, and I'm just gonna show you another option here with the Selenium IDE. I'm gonna click recording. Let me close this. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm just gonna delete this, and you see right here it did give us this option, which is by a link, and this is what we did choose. And let me make sure we're using same exactly the same. And let me show you how it's gonna look like this code in the C#. You have another way to look at this code in C#. You're gonna go to the option, there's a format option, and there's a C# WebDriver. I click OK, and it's gonna translate that code, HTML code, to C#. And you can see right here it did start, and it did the same code we just typed, and it's performing the same exact. I can just copy this one and come down and just paste that. You see that it's the exact same code we just typed. So I'm just gonna delete that, and this should work. And if it's not gonna work, we're gonna make sure we can use another option, but we want to make sure this because it's a link text, we want to make sure why it's not working. We need to find a way. Okay, we're gonna click run selected test again. And if you can see this a message, it'll explaining that element was not visible. So let's make sure it's gonna go to the home page. It's gonna click login menu. There you go. It did select. It did click on the create account. So I don't know why it didn't run in the first time. Some cases, I want to let you, when you go to this page and you want to keep typing, sometimes there's a time needs to reload the whole page, so you need to put a thread sleep command there so it can wait like 3 or 5 seconds to let the web page fully loaded. Then you can perform next step. In this case, everything went fine and we don't need to put any sleep. Let's wait command. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna start move on to the next level. So let me go to here, and what we're gonna need from this page, we need to fill up this require fields. Okay, I need to find I need to type here the name. I'm gonna right click and inspect element, or inspect element of the Firebug, and I need to get that element text box elements ID right here. I can see they have an ID, and this is what I'm gonna use. I'm gonna copy the elements ID, and I'm just gonna paste, start typing next code driver, find element by and its ID, and ID is, I just copy and I'm gonna paste that. And what we're gonna do, we need to send keys here. We need to type, which is send keys command. And what we're gonna send, we wanna give a name. Let's say Tom. And we're gonna just close here. All right, and all I can do, I can just copy this and paste. And what I'm gonna need, I need to type username. So next one, I'm just gonna come here or right click and get the elements ID. I'm just gonna copy, just paste, and I'm just gonna replace that ID here. And let's say user Tom. Okay, and that way we can just copy and paste that same. And next one is the password. So you can click this arrow and bring it to that element and click, and it's gonna give me that the ID. I'm gonna copy that ID and I'm gonna replace this ID here. And let's say, what's the password? Pass 11, and I'm just gonna copy, paste, and we need to have this is require field, and I need this element ID, which is confirm password. And we're just gonna replace that, and we're gonna keep the same password, we're just confirming. And next one is email address. So right click, inspect element with Firebug, and this is what's the ID. Okay, I'm gonna replace that, and the ID will be tom@yahoo.com, and I'm just gonna copy and I'm gonna paste that one again. Let me close this, and I'm gonna need to find this element's ID. Right click the Firebug, and this is the ID of that element. Just gonna replace. Perfect. So we did went through all the way, and we need at the end we need to click this register. What I can do, right click, inspect element by. I'm gonna look for elements. See, I cannot see its elements ID. Okay, let's take a look what options we have. I'm gonna use Selenium IDE. Okay, and okay, we need to go back. I'm gonna go back to format HTML. Click OK. Table, and I'm just gonna delete everything here for now. I'm gonna click record, or we don't need to even record it, we just need to select. Let's enter, just click new command, select, and I'm gonna select that to register. And you can see there's a CSS option, and if you take a look underneath, there's another option called XPath. So this is what we're gonna use. I'm gonna use this relative XPath. Okay, I'm just gonna copy this whole XPath, and we're gonna type driver, find element by, not ID this time, we're gonna go by XPath, and I'm just gonna paste that XPath, and what I'm gonna do, dot click, okay, and close. I'm just gonna save that, and we're gonna, let's run this quickly. Right click, run selected test. Okay, and it's gonna open up the Firefox browser. And it's gonna go to the home page. It's gonna click login, click create account, and registration page is open. If you can see right here, it's typing all of it, and at the end it did click register. Perfect. So our code, it went fine, and as you see that message, the account has been created. In the next another tutorial we're gonna show, we need to verify this message to make sure that after we click register, we want to verify that the message will show up. If user exists, so we need to create another test case saying that the user already exists. We need to test that one, or the user doesn't enter any required field, one of them, and what's the message will show up. So we need to test. We're going to create a couple more test cases to test that one. At the moment, we just did like positive testing when the user comes to the registration page and enters all the valid inputs, required inputs, and when they click register, and it will register, and this message will show up. Let me just close, and you can see that test case is path. All right, this is let's say you're gonna have to test this one like every time you test, and you're gonna use different data, right? So how we can, every time, this is kind of hard coded, so every time you want to run, it's gonna, now you register to this user, and next time when you run it again, it's gonna complain because it's gonna say this user already in the system. So you need to use different data, and you can update it quickly from, like, let's say you have Excel sheet, and on the Excel sheet you have like table, and on the column, let's say the first one is username, second one is password and email, and you put like 10 or 20 different combination of data, and you can run that using Selenium to read from that Excel and write and the results to us. So it's going to be in the future classes, future tutorials. I'm going to show you how we can do that. Right now, what we can do, instead of hard code this, we can use this to create some strings. So what I'm gonna do, let me show you. I'm gonna just copy this field. This is all the required fields. We're gonna use this one all the time. Let me close this one for now. Okay, so how many we have? Like, I'm not gonna type this. What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna copy this, and I'm gonna come here to the top, and I'm just gonna paste here. Okay. Okay. All right. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create the string of this name. So what I'm gonna do, equals name equals to, let's say, I'm gonna get this name Tom. I'm gonna, let's say, right here, I'm just gonna put it here and close. Instead of typing, I'm just gonna call this name here name. Okay, so what it did, instead of when it comes to when the code runs, it's gonna come here, and when it's sending the keys, it's gonna send the string name. So the name, now I can easily from here, I can change this one all the time. And let me show you, let me finish this and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, we're gonna go string. Let me copy this one, and that way I can paste, 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 paste. Let's organize it here. Let's say the username, and this is gonna be the password. And let's say this one, let's say confirm P password, and email address, and conform email address. That's what we're gonna call it. Okay, perfect. Now come here. I'm just gonna get the username. We're gonna just click. We can cut that, and we're gonna call it username here. I'm gonna replace this one right here. Okay. The another one is password. I'm gonna do cat and call the password here, and I'm gonna replace this password here. Another one is confirm password. I'm just gonna cut, and we call that one confirm P, and I'm gonna replace that one here too. And email address, just gonna say email address, and we're gonna confirm this confirm email address. Perfect. Save, and let me change this one here. Okay, now you got the idea. Now let's say when you want to create another test, so you don't need to go each and just change every time, you can come here. Let's say anything was